Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live Crossfire SLY versus VOX. We got double walls, and this is going to be a fun, fast, adventurous. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. We have done some cool stuff over the last few days. So we've been doing some crazy inventory portal testing. Monday night, we had a epic showdown between Mir and Ark last night. How many of y'all were in the Daryl Dixon stream, Walking Dead prediction? I had a blockbuster prediction last night, so I'm not telling you. You can go back and watch it if you want, but I think I'm good with that. If you did not join us for Daryl Dixon, go back and check that out. We had a great time. We're going to do more of those streams, just a chance for us to hang out. Tonight, we got an epic battle. I love these choose-your-own matches because sometimes people make choices that you kind of wonder. And well, I won't say wonder, but you're surprised by. Like tonight, I was not expecting VOX to go double walls. We'll see how it plays out. I think they might have surprised more people than me, but I'm really looking forward to tonight. Tomorrow night, we got what I think is going to be our last play test of our crossword and trivia. We have been keeping score. And next week, we're going to roll out an official gaming circuit that we're going to keep score and have a 12-week circuit. Tuesdays, Thursdays, let you guys compete from day number one, a chance to win some prizes and to be listed on the leaderboard on the portal. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Castle of Gavel is more mysterious than ever. That's coming up Friday. And, of course, we're going to be at it this weekend as well, too. So let's get down to it, everybody. First and foremost, we do keep score. But I got to give some shout-outs to Amy Bones Ferrero. Let's wreck some stuff, VOX and SLY. I see Valar in the house. Hello, 999 Army Kills Great Mod channel member sponsors, PDL Trivia. That's right, Trivia. Bring it up because we're going to do it. Players, bundles, box, burn coin. Y'all don't forget about burn coin. I'm just going to say, big things coming. Burn coin and kills coin. So hold tight. Hold that cryptocurrency. But thank you guys. Appreciate those super chats, your support of the channel, all our Patreons, all our green team, all our players, our moderators. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much. Let's show you why we keep score. Here we go. We got Ark. Ark with a razor thin win the other night. It was close. It was a close one. They were doing things. Mir was doing things. They were doing bosses and walls. Mir was like, we're going to get the orb. It was a really, really good game. Some epic moves in that. Several moves. It should be considered for move of the year. If you like good matches, that was a really, really good one. We got Ark at 14-7. Mir at 11-9. Ark now has a 2-game lead in the loss column, 3 games in the win column. That translates to a 2.5-game lead. And we've got VOX and SLY trying to make a move. Remember, we get to the tournament first and second, get home field advantage in round 1. And I would say by the looks of it, every single team still has a chance at first or second. So tonight's match, you can see VOX with 8 wins, SLY with 7 wins. It's an important match between these two teams. They're going to be playing hard. You can see tonight we got the afternoon surprise. Of course, we got next week Rage Against the Machine, no cyborgs. Monday, no cyborgs Wednesday, and then the following week, we've got no rage from the torment zone. You can be able to pick an area, and whoever is in that area. If multiple people are in that area, they're not going to be in a rage either. So guess what? That means you can't rage to light a watchtower. It means you can't rage a grenade. There's more to that than meets the eye. If multiple people from your team are in, say, the temple, and there's no rage there, you might not be able to put 2 people in the temple because there's no rage there. You see what I'm saying? Could be the DZ. You could have somebody in the DZ that now cannot light a watchtower. Give that one some thought. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. With that being said, let's show you a few more things. This is really shaping up to some cool stuff. Like, I love PCP points. So a lot of these different categories are kind of wild when you see people moving up, people staying the same. Start with the gold bars. We know for years that hitting walls is a big, big deal. But it's just not as easy going out there hitting walls. You got to have a strategy to it. But ARC is in first place, and they do have the most gold bars. I don't think that's a coincidence. Now, I'm not saying everybody change your strategy, but I'm just saying Dow with 9 gold bars, Julia with 5, Jim with 5, Villar with 5. 4 players in ARC are either first or tied for second. Then we got Kel and Deadly Dimes right there. They found a way to work that into it, not straight out, killing walls. They mix it up. We've seen that. All right, DZ. JJ, look at JJ nailing down a DZ, but don't look now. Crimson right there behind her. 10 Halo wins. We got Craven Villar. Range Rover. Julia cruising away in the Range Rover, but Deadly Dimes still in the game. Moonshot creeping up the rankings as well. The Wave Award. Look who got 2 Wave Awards last night, or Monday night. Moonshot went from 2 up to 4, just like that. Second place. So when you're in multiple categories, got to get some consideration for how good of a player you are. I mean, look at Moon. Moon's there on Rovers. Moon's there on Subs. Moon's there on the Temple. You got Craven in a lot of categories. JJ, Justice, PCP are awesome, man. We got Justice with 16. Dow and Craven with 12. Temple, Justice, and B-Dub. Let's go over to the Ace Award. Animal with 14. Shaman and Samurai tied with 12. Ruffled Feather, Ron and Pope. Stealth Bomber, Ron and JJ. Surrender, Ron and Craven. Watchtower, the 9 Award. JJ and Craven tied. Cat not far behind. Strawman with Crimson. Vehicle Theft, 3 people on the list now. Maybe we'll see some tonight. Who knows? We saw some last time. SLY was in the house. We got Ocean Man, Villar, and Bones. We got 2 of the top thieves in the game in SLY. Isn't that cool? Their name is SLY, but Ocean Man and I just like it. And then we got Shattered Dragonstones with Craven and Kel. So tonight we do have VOX playing, and we know when VOX plays, it is date night, baby. How about a big shout out for Trigger's Army? We know you guys are watching. We know you love us. We know that you guys are here to cheer us on. So big shout out to Trigger's Army. It is date night, and it's also the time within date night. Father Ron, break it down for them. It's roll time, baby. Let's do it. All right, if you are Team ARC, Team Mir, give me a number from 1 to 20 because I want to give away a pack. I call this a pack attack. It's when I want to give away a pack. Let's see what we got here cheering the teams on. That's like showing up for a sporting event and somebody calling your number, calling your chair. 1, it's a chance to get a free pack. Number 2, it's just a chance to show your support for all those players that are there and show their support whenever you play. All right, we're going to roll them. I know we got more that are logged in, but they're not rolling numbers. Here we go. Number 2. Nothing on number 2. Let's roll it again. Number 13. No 13. Number 9. Busy B, congratulations to Busy B. Coming in and scoring a little something. That's how you do it. All right. You guys ready to see tonight's War Bundle? An amazing piece of gear with a brand new ability. You better make some noise for this because I was feeling super generous tonight with this bundle. But I don't know. This crowd is about, you know how I do like Walking Dead and say rate tonight. I'm going to give this crowd about a 5. I'm going to give about a 5 right now. Not feeling moved by it. So here we go. I'm going to read this bundle with the level of energy that I feel from the crowd. All right, everybody. Tonight's bundle We've got a silver bundle up there, and in that silver bundle, pay attention, Dimes, because you're going to be entering this tomorrow. We got Elixir Extreme. We got Steel. A little bit of Dragon Smoke if you like Dragon Smoke kind of things. There's a Rage Potion in there, and if you got your pets, you can use. We'll give you 5 there. All right, wait a minute. Hold on. All right, starting to see a little something now. 5 post-battle pet revives. Graphene, Carbine. 1 of each of your waxes. Curse Red, Wizard Ruby, Ravage, Combat Orb, Red, Savage 6. I'm getting ready to go down to the bottom row. All right, we'll do it. Light it up. Double bottom bonus for you guys. Right now, we're going to double it up. I'm going to give you 2 Mag 7s, 2 Super 8s, 2 Hostile 9s, and that means that bonus in between there. The Enraged 2, I'm going to give you double. The brand new artwork on the Enraged 3, we haven't put this in a bundle in a while. I'm going to give you double. So 2 Enraged 2, 2 Enraged 3s. Go over to the gold. Curse Blue, Sapphire, Secure, Moonshine, Seal Smoke, Trixie, and I'm going to give you 2 of that bottom row. 2 gold summon skins, 2 resin restores, 2 blue sparks, and that's right, 4 super whammo. Because it's a pack of 2, we're giving you 4. Go over to the green bundle. Energy Orb, Arrowhead, Spider Silk, St. Elmo. 1 St. Elmo. Because it ain't on the bottom row. Disaster, Base Orb. But I'm giving you 2 Stellar Skins, 2 Platinum Skins, 2 Healing Smoke, Mythic 1, Immortal 1, Standard Recipe 1. Look at what you're getting in tonight's bundle. This might be the last time you guys get a chance to get it before the Gavel Halloween Gauntlet. Gavel's Gauntlet. Remember, the more of these you upgrade, it's going to do something. Well, tonight you're getting another wicked left-handed ring in tonight's bundle, and you're also getting brand new piece of gear. I love it. It's shoulders. You may not. You may be an amateur PDL player. You may not know what these abilities do. I am not. I am a professional gamer. It's what I do. I love it. I break it down. I read it, and VEX is going to be something for those of you that like a little more firepower. I'm going to tell you what VEX does. I'm going to start out with the stats. First of all, H10, D8, it's the strongest damage gear in the game because we purged them. You got B5 and Craven Light. It is also the only piece of gear that is what? It's the only piece of gear that is AP4. The only one is AP4 in this set. The highest before, it is double what the other pieces of gear are in this set. AP4. And VEX 1. VEX is got to be called out. You play it. So I'm not going to assume you're VEX. You got to call it. It works like this. If you play an attack and someone uses a player prevention on your attack, you got to say it. It's on your turn. So it's almost like a DI, but it still has to be done on your turn, right? It's in between. So I play an attack. I'm not talking about with a blue. I'm not talking about with a psycho. Craven says, I'm going to prevent your attack. And I have VEX. Then I get a bank for my next attack of Rage 1, Madness 1. Can't have both applied at the same time, so we'll pick whichever your attack. But it's not just Rage. So you're banking Rage 1, Madness 1, and also Strike 1. Which is going to mean that if you do a grenade attack or a regular attack, your next attack is going to get a Rage 1 added to it. If you do an AP attack, you're going to get extra madness on top of it. If you do a pet attack, you're going to get extra strike, which means your pet is going to hit harder. So 2 of those things will go off. So it looks like this. I throw a T10 snowstorm, and Craven says, prevention, and I say VEX. Then my next round, I'm automatically buffed. I will get a Rage 1, I will get a Madness 1, and I will get a Strike. So pets are going to hit harder, and my damage means you can't stop me all the time. I'm already juicing up for the next round. And if y'all don't think that the difference between a S7 and a H9 makes differences in matches, go back to Monday night and you'll see how close that match was. And if there'd have been a couple more H9s in that match could have flipped. You also look at playing a Masara and taking a whole round of rage away from someone, or a Jin Shi. So sometimes these matches come down to a block or two. Something like Vex, when you have the ability, like, yes, you're going to stop me this time, but I'm already thinking about next round. Good players think 1 or 2 moves ahead. You can't just play what's in front of you. You have to play what's in front of you, and you got to play what's going to happen next time and what's going to happen the next time. Vex will also remove Misery out of the cycle. So after tonight, Misery will not be a playable ability. It will cycle out. The feedback I've gotten from you guys is every time we roll out something new pet, new ability, you guys love the challenge. And I dropped this rumor. Kel, can you light them up? Show us who got tonight's bundle. In a couple of weeks, there will be Mom's Finest Match, which means each captain will be able to pick 2 players on the opposing team and change their class. Yeah, that's right. We'll get into that later on. Don't ask me a lot of questions. Just know Mom's Finest is going to be crazy because it's Mask of Malice ability globally. You can still play your Mask of Malice, but you're going to get basically 2 free ones. All right, we got Ron, Football, Valar, B-Dub, Trigger, Bones, Jim, Flyrod, Cat, Dimes, Jules, Moonshot, Crimson, Craven, Busy, Samurai, Dr. Die, Dow Justice, Pope, and Kel. All right, everybody, I got 8:30 on the nose. Let's, if you're playing tonight, if you are Dimes, Ocean Man, Bones, Craven, Cat, Ron, Crimson, J-Law, give me your pre-match buffs right here, right now. Let's get this party started. All right, I see J-Law. Woo, look at VOX. VOX is raring to go. And then Bones and Ocean Man like, no, look, we're ready too. We got J-Law out of the gates, Crimson out of the gates. And we got Bones, Ocean Man, Dimes. Just need Ron, Cat, and Craven. There's Craven Light. We got the Messenger of the Lord. I think tonight is going to be a very fast-moving match. Ron and Craven Light going to be on top of it. They usually give me hits and waits before I've even read the whole thing. So we're going to keep that tradition going tonight. Here we go. Tonight's VOX map, everybody. And we're going to start out. You can see the walls. We got walls up top. We got walls down low. You do have to be in range to hit. Either or. So half the map is really your guideline. The temple, you can pick which one you want. But you got to be in the bottom 2 zones to hit the bottom, top 2 zones to hit the top, just like always. All right, starting out in the DZ, we got J-Law the Wall for Team VOX going first. She's going to be followed by, diagonally, by Ocean Man in the DZ. Ocean Man going to be followed by Crimson Tide Priestess, starting out in the tank zone tonight. Crimson will be followed by Deadly Dimes in the Rover zone, who's also going to be challenging. Deadly Dimes going to be followed by the Messenger of the Lord, Father Ron. He is sieging. He is the captain. He is in the bomber zone. Ron will be followed by the original OG bomber, Bomber Bones, in the bombing zone. Bones going to be followed by Cat. Cat is in the rover zone. Cat's going to be followed by Craven Light, who is the captain. He is sieging as well, and Dr. Die will be challenging as well from the bench area. All right, you guys ready to get down to business? Remember, timers cannot be challenged. I will be keeping a timer. Those points are important. Play fast, play fun. May the best team tonight win. And I know somebody's got their move ready before I even say it, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, J-Law, 20-second timer starts now. Look at that. Fantasy Island time. All right, J-Law going to go Fantasy Island, Boston Main Street. All right, Boss in 1. We'll cap in 3. They're going to pass it. Craven Light. You got to take it, and I'm going to show you what you're taking. Your mission. You must shatter a dragon stone. Again, you don't have to do it, but you know what the consequences are if you do it or don't do it. Shatter 1 dragon stone. Fear 2 players. And you need to cap 3 or more kegs. Got it? Let me know if you're okay with that, and then we will move on to the next player. All right. Here we go. Well, you have no choice but to take it. I just need to know that you read it. That's all, Dimes. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's already been passed to you. You're taking it. All right, let's go over to Ocean Man. 20-second timer starting now. Oh, easily beats the timer. All right, Ocean Man. Falls to side chest. Ocean Man playing boss in 1 with cap in 3. Robe of Render to J-Law. J-Law, sacrifice 3 of your 6 scoring pets. If you have 6, you may not, but 3 of them with Robe of Render. Seal, Inferno to Strawman. And then, actually, I don't know if you have 6. 5 is probably going to be overkill for you. So you guys can confirm, but I'm pretty sure that all of her scoring pets will be sacrificed with that. Going to render and render, which will be 5 total pets in a round. Ease up, Ray. Ease up. That's brutal. All right, Light of Strawman. Strawman's going to hit Ray, knock him down to 90%. Boss is good. Going to play a seal that is not resolved. And he's also playing Cronin. All right, we're going to roll a 12-sider. If it's a 1-6, his whole team is going to get 1 rage that round. All right, good luck with that 12-sider, Ray. Here we go. Ooh, it is 1. It is 1. That means the rest of this round, everybody from SLY is going to be enraged. All right. Didn't lose it. All right, we go from Ocean Man. We are going to go over to Crimson Tide. 20-second timer, Crimson. All right, beats the timer. Thank you for that, with a little time to spare. She's going to jump into tank. When she jumps into tank, she does get a cannonball. I know Julia's there with her notes. 25-point cannonball. Move to the temple. She cannot go in the temple. She can only go to the temple steps. So put her right there, just outside the temple. Drop a seal. And Dark Boss to the other chest. Crimson playing Dark Boss in 1 with cap in 3. Could be worth a bonus 25. And after Crimson, over to the other side of the map. Let's go to Deadly Dimes. Dimes, 20-second timer. Beats the timer, 5 seconds to spare. Thank you for that, Dimes. Dimes going into Range Rover. Oh man, I got her all upside down. Boy, you turning me. This is no good. Oh boy. Dimes, you might just have to be Dimes gonna be on her side all night. It's like, oh, I'm leaning in the rover. Sometimes that just happens. All right, there you go. We got you back. Dimes with the tire. What, you driving with your face? All right. It looked like it, right? It looked like her steering wheel was driving with her face. All right, Dimes going to the temple steps. Range Rover, temple steps, Mythic Kang to Ocean Man's boss. Could be worth 63. Furnace Wand, Pet Repel Absorption. Furnace Wand means that Rage cannot go above 6 this round. Red Wands are out of play. Going to Mind Flay Ron's render. So Ron, you cannot render. And J Law is going to prevent the Navy to the temple. All good. All done within the timer. Flames are still lit on both sides of the temple. All right, let's go over to Ron, who is in the bomber zone. Ron, 20 seconds. Woo, MBS. Ron heading up, challenging Ray to the fisticuffs. Ray, are you going to accept the fisticuffs or are you going to surrender and stay out? All right, Ray going to surrender. Ron is going to get a white flag, a ruffled feather, and going to win the MBS. But we will not see Ron until round 3. Ray will be out the whole time. All right. Ron, go grab a beverage. We'll see you in round 3. All right, let's go over to Bomber Bones, 20-second timer. Bones going to disable the cyborg. Nice. That is a good move. It's called an eye for an eye. Love it. That means that Ron's going to be off the field, and Bones is like, well, they got one off the field, so I can be off the field. All right, we will see Bones in round 3. No Cyborg for Team VOX tonight. It's going to speed things up, too. All right, let's go over to Cat. 20-second timer. Cat in the rover zone. Cat beats the timer. You guys are on fire tonight. Cat is going to get in the rover. So we get a tire for Cat. Going to go to her DZ. Mythic Kang to J-Law's boss. Drive her over there. Mythic Kang to Main Street. Could be worth 63 from Cat. Cadet to the Temple Flame and Mass Destruction 2. All right, putting out the fire. And also a seal. Rover, DZ, Mythic Kang, Seal, Cadet, Mass Destruction, all good. And let's go over to Craven Light, 20-second timer. Craven Light beats the timer. All right, Craven Light going to start out by stealing Cat's boss. No boss for Cat this game. Craven Light going to play Cronin. Let's get a die roll. 12-sider, 1 to 6. He's hoping it's not a 1. It is a 9. No Cronin play this game. Bonfire to their temple. Bonfire going to light the temple flame back up. Seal and absorption. Navy to the temple. Mind Flay Cat's render, so no render. So neither Ron nor Cat can render. So we got a steal. Cronin failed. Bonfire lights to flame. A seal, absorption, Navy, and that is the end of round number 1. The end of round number 1. Crimson cannot rotate into the temple. It is on fire. Dimes can rotate into the temple. Hers is not on fire. Give one blessing. DZ. We got 25-25. Both Cat and Ocean Man scoring halos. Strawman. Team SLY, 5-0. We got Strawman. We got the Temple. We got the DZ. All things have been allocated. We're going to go to round number 2. J-Law from Fantasy Island, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Going to go Seal and Thrill. Blue Spark, T10 Goliath loaded to the wall. Put her over in the no zone. Craven Light hits her weight. Ocean Man going to prevent the grenade. It is shut down. All right, let's go from Ocean Man, or go from J-Law over to Ocean Man from the DZ. 20-second timer, Ray. Beats the timer super fast. Thank you for that. Going to go Gold Kang to his boss. Could be worth 55. Double nickels. Going to play Pet Repel. Mass Destruction. Going to have to move to get in. Actually, he doesn't. If you are in a zone, I'm going to hit the wall closest to you. If you're in the middle area, I'm going to ask you to clarify. It'll either be bomber wall or DZ wall. So Ray doesn't have to move to hit it because there's a wall right there. It is double walls. Gold Kang, Pet Repel, T10 to that wall, Wedding Crasher, Mythic Dark Blue from Crimson Tide. And the Mythic from the blue is going to break his seal. Next grenade attack is going to be reduced by 25%. Damage 25%. If it's a non-damaging grenade, it just gets burned and disappears. All right, let's go from Ocean Man over to Crimson Tide. 20-second timer from the Temple Steps. Timer is up. Nerf timer incoming. She beat it before the timer expired as I was typing it. She's good. Mythic Kang, her boss, Pet Repel. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Elmo to the Watchtower and render dimes. Dimes, sack 2 pets for me. Let's go ahead and light that first Watchtower. She does get the points for the Elmo. Kang's good. Pet Repel, Elmo to the Watchtower, and a render 2 deadly dimes. Come on, dimes, give me them pets. You got to kiss them goodbye. Cinco and Orbital off the board. All right, 20-second timer going over to dimes. Timer is up. Starting a Nerf timer for dimes. %, Nerf is active. Does beat the Nerf timer, so she misses the timer, but not the Nerf. She's going to move to the DZ. Vines Cat, Scold Cat, F4 Snowstorm to the wall, and Mass Destruction 2. Ron says, wait. Cat, you'll be next, so be ready to go. And a good best practice to those of you that do sometimes get lag, just randomly F5 throughout the stream, even when it's not your turn, just to stay called up. All right, J-Law, going to Pontiff the Vines, and the rest hits. All right, Pontiff is going to get rid of the Vines, which means Scold is going to break Cat's seal. Is going to give dimes a second absorption, but it does not light a watchtower. F4 Snowstorm to the wall, loaded. Does hit. Dimes, you have unlimited range with the Rover. You want that to hit the bomber wall, or you want that to hit the DZ wall? Will be nerfed 25%. All right, the DZ wall, the wall is right there. 25% nerf's going to take the Snowstorm down to a Carnage. Going to be an E3 Carnage with Mass Destruction. Black block. %, of a green block. $85 green remaining. And we will Snowstorm the equivalent wall. Snowstorm will be on the DZ wall. DZ to DZ, bomber to bomber. All right, after dimes, we go to Ron. We skip Ron. After Ron, we go to Bones. We skip Bones. Oh, you know what? You do, sorry. We do get to roll for the Snowstorm. My bad. But it does go to the same wall. It is a 10-sided die. Percentile dice. All right, it is a 5. Rolling a 5, we are going to freeze the middle block right there. Good call. All right, so we skip Ron, we skip Bones, we go over to Cat. Cat, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Cat's going to move to the rover zone. Going to play Rod. You will let me know which wall Rod hits. Pet Repel and Absorb. Snowstorm loaded to DZ wall and Hinder dimes. All right, we got no juice on the attack. We just have the mass destruction. – 80% of a black block. There's no juice on it. And you're in the rover, not the tank. 20%. Remaining. All right, so that top black block is still intact, 20% remaining. Standard snowstorm with no juice. All right, let's go from Cat over to Craven Light, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Craven going to move into the temple. Red Kang. Ocean Man's Boss. Could be worth 50. Pet Repel. S8 Gavel loaded to the DZ wall. Ron says it hits. $85 green. Green block. 30% of a blue block, 70 blue remaining. That is the end of round number 2. Captains, give me your subs at the end of round number 2. I've got Craven Light with a blessing. Strawman, 5 for SLY, 0 for VOX. DZ, 25-0. Tiny coming in for Ocean Man. Ocean Man getting a Sega Halo. Dime's getting a Halo. Trigger coming in for J-Law. Dime's losing her Pet Repel. Elevation. All right. Round number 3 will be Trigger, Tiny, Crimson Dimes, Ron, Bones, Cat, and Craven. Tiny and Trigger, get your buffs in. And before we go to Trigger, I'm going to go ahead and cap J-Law's boss. Get a 63-point Kang. And a flag. All right, and we'll start out with Trigger. Trigger, you have 20 seconds. Timer's up. Nerf timer incoming. Beat the Nerf timer. All right, Trigger is going to go Luna Lamp to Crimson. Crimson can play 3 E9s or H9. Steal Tiny's boss. Play a Seal. Dark Boss to Main Street. Crimson playing Trigger playing Dark Boss in 3 would cap in 5. Could be worth another 25. And Mass Destruction. It all hits. All right, let's go over to Tiny, who has, before we go to Tiny, let's cap Ocean Man's boss. We're capping boss number 1. 3 Kangs. 168 points in Kangs. One flag to 1. And let's go over to Tiny. Tiny, 20 seconds starting now. Beats the timer. Gonna go Ward to Dimes. Drop Seal. S8 Goliath, loaded to the wall closest to her. And Trigger, sacrifice 2 scoring pets. Remember, you have 6. Ron, S8 Goliath to that bottom wall. It hits. %70 of a blue block. Takes out to 70. Takes out a blue. And you have 70% of a blue block remaining. All right, let's go from Tiny over to Crimson from the Temple Steps. 20-second timer. Crimson's boss will cap. I'll get to that in a second. Timer's up. Start a nerf timer. Beats the nerf timer. Vines to Bones, Skull to Bones, E2 Elmo to the Watchtower. And Crimson's Dark Boss did cap. And 63-point Kang capped as well. 2 flags to 1. Hits. All right. Bones can be targeted. Remember, round 3, you can sub out the Cyborg. She has control over actions. She can do defensive instances, etc. All right, Bones does have, actually she does not have absorption because this is her 3rd turn. So Vines will take her down to 90. Scold is going to take her down to 80. Under the effect of Vines. And going to light a Watchtower. The Scold will light Watchtower number 2. Elmo will light number 3. Vines good, Scold good, E2 Elmo, and she got the absorption for it as well. Everything good. Let's go over to Deadly Dimes from the DZ. 20 seconds for you, Dimes. Beats the timer. We'll move over a little bit to her tank zone. Dark Boss to the side chest. Yeah, there's a pet repel somewhere for Dimes. No idea. Maybe Ward ate it. All right, Dark Boss to the side chest. Played in 3 with cap in 5. Move to tank zone, dark boss, seal and thrill. F5 snowstorm to the wall, render. Gonna play gold blue. She's gonna play the absorption ability, which you'll keep those 2 absorptions right where they're at. And trigger, sacrifice 2 more scoring pets. All right, while Trigger's getting rid of those 2 scoring pets, let's go over to Ron. Ron is coming out of the dungeon. 20 seconds, Ron. It doesn't matter, it was stopped. Beats the timer. Boss to their chest. Ron playing boss in 3 with cap in 5. Ron's going to move to their rover zone. Play a seal. Play an absorption. Going to put out the Temple Flame. That means that only VOX can occupy that temple chamber this round. After this round, it's open season. And mass destruction up to 6. All right. Movement's good. Boss is good. Seal is good. Cadet puts out the flame. It's VOX's to lose this round. Absorption is good. And mass destruction is good. All right. Bones coming out of the cyborg zone. She's already been out, but 20-second timer. She gets to move, and she does have Vine's effect still on her. Beats the timer. Staff of Sable. Move to the steps next to Crimson. Next in line. She cannot be targeted by any smokes the rest of the game. Colossal Kang. Could be worth 73. Trigger, can you get another scoring pet while we finish this move? Gonna fear Crimson. S6 no storm to the wall. Going to play Revolt on Crimson and Slush Wand on Crimson. All right, so Revolt means that Crimson cannot play a T10. She has Rev 1. Can only have 2 Revolts. Fear her away from the steps. Slush Wand. half her captain rage. She decides to become a captain. So legendary's a Staff of Sable. Movement's good. Colossal Kang's good. Fear Smoke because she's beside her. S6 Snowstorm to the Bomber's Own Wall. Revolt on Crimson and Slush Wand. All right, we'll let the wall hit. Black block, green block, and we're going to roll a 10-sider for the Snowstorm effect on VOX's wall. It is block number 4. All right, so we got an ice block on both of these walls. One's on 5, one's on 4. All right, let's go from Bones over to Cat. 20-second timer. All right, Rod to the DZ wall. Move to the temple. Rod gets rid of the top black block. Going to play Minion to Tiny. No scoring pets. Going to make Minion fly. Got a flying Minion there, Tiny. Let's light up Watchtower number 4. Put an Elmo on it. Okay. Saw what Rod did. Move to the temple. Minion is good. It's a flying Minion. Seal and Thrill. And the Elmo. Give her a seal. All right, go from Cat over to Craven Light from the temple. $20 seconds. Play Kruger to the Watchtower. We'll put it out. Play Dead Live History. Let it be known that Craven Light was the first person to ever play Kruger. I'm going to drop Fear Smoke on Cat. S6 Gavel to the Bomber's Own Wall. And Trigger, you now have no scoring pets. S6 Gavel, Ron, and a Fear Smoke. All right, going to Fear Cat out of the temple. Bones will rotate in the temple because it was occupied by VOX first. Cat will still get credit for the temple because the fear doesn't resolve. And the S6 Gavel is going to hit the Bomber's Own Wall. Green block. 60% of a blue block. 40 blue remaining. All right. Cat does get credit for occupying the temple. Also gets the blessing. Craven Light in the temple. Bones, you do not get credit for occupying the temple, but you will start in the temple. You guys are keeping score. Dimes has been there 1 round. Craven has been there 2. Cat has been there 1. All right, let's give Tiny a halo. Give Trigger a halo. 5 points for SLY. DZ, 25-25. And we will go to round 4, which will start with Trigger from the DZ, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Gonna go red minion to dimes. T10 monster loaded to the DZ wall. Gonna seal. Surrounded by seal smoke, so we'll see if that resolves. That's her second seal, by the way. So can't play minion and you can't play seal either. All right, dimes, you've been rendered. So no pet, no seal. Give a warning to Trigger. T10 monster loaded to the DZ wall. Craven says it hits. It's all good. Breaking yourself back in, Trigger. That's the way it goes. You'll get it. Watcher and Sender from dimes. And let's do that T10 monster. Best grenade shot of the night. Well, hey, you did some nice damage, though. Let's look at it that way. Somebody need to hit that DZ wall. But here's the problem. You get the rest green, green. You get 3 blocks from that. But you get no carryover because it stops in its tracks right with that snowstorm. So Trigger with a nice 3-block shot. But it stops with a snowstorm. All right, let's go over to Tiny. 20 seconds, Tiny. Amen to that, Julia. This game is not easy. It is a challenge. It is meant to be a challenge. We want to push you. All right, beats the timer. Going to Talon Craven. Down to the tank zone. Yep, you will not be Talon and Craven to the tank zone either, will you? Actually, she can. That's Tiny. That's not dimes, Ron. So Tiny's going to Talon Craven to the tank zone. Pet Repel, Blue Spark. H9 Monster. Going to put Revolt on Crimson. So the highest she can use is an S8, an S8. So she's got Luna Lamp, but she can't use the H9s because she's double revolted. Welcome to Monday night. And the wall she's in range on is the DZ wall. All right, so again, I'm going to pick up the pace, so you guys stay with me. Tiny's going to Talon to the Craven to the tank zone. Pet Repel, Blue Spark, H9, which is going to make it a 10, and the Revolt. 70% of a blue block. Takes down blue. Takes down red. Takes down red. 2 red blocks remaining. All right, we go from Tiny over to Crimson from the no zone. $20 seconds. Timer's up. Nerf timer incoming. $10 Nerf applied. This is for 25. Did not make the 25. This is for a 50% Nerf. Team VOX. Somebody? Ron, you with me? All right. After that 50% nerf is a turn skip. Just to let you guys know, because that would be a 2-minute timer. So she's going to Kamiri to the ozone. Mythic Gideon, E3 glitch loaded to the watchtower. Mythic Gideon hits. Craven Light with the E3. A Cyborg Dolly. All right, so Crimson, you get a pet play. Everything else gets reversed. We're going to stay with the Gideon or switch it up. Staying with the Gideon, minus 28 for Team SLY. All right, we go from Crimson over to Deadly Dimes, 20 seconds dimes. Timer's up. Kamiri to the ozone. Mythic Gideon. Gonna send Dust over to Cat. S6 Goliath loaded to the wall with Shatter. Which wall are you targeting? Ron, does it still hit? Does hit. All right, we got 2 fresh red blocks. Dime's trying to time it. Shatter's going to take you down to 75. You got 1 3/4. And bring in Goliath. Little short, Dimes. 1.5 of the red blocks. 0.20 red blocks remaining. Ouch. After your mass destruction, 20% of a red block. Ron was doing the riverboat Ron gambling. And Dimes coming up just a touch short. Point 2. All right, we go from Dimes over to riverboat Ron, the gambler. 20 seconds, Ron. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Father Ron going full thievery. Ron pulling the vehicle theft. And getting an additional cannonball. Ron with spyglass. And snatching Craven's battleship. All right, let's go over to Bomber Bones. That sound you heard is Craven splashing Buffalo Wild Wings on the wall. Bones, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Binds to trigger, Scold to trigger. F5 Goliath loaded to the bomber zone wall with mass destruction. Craven Light hits or wait? I'm sorry, not Craven Light. Ron hits or wait? Hits. All right, let's go Vines to trigger. Breaks it. Bones, I'm taking you down to 70% because the Vine's on you. Trigger, taking you down to 90. Skull, going to take you down to 80. Light a Watchtower. Give Bones absorption. F5 Goliath loaded to the bomber zone with mass destruction. $40 blue. Takes to 40 blue. Takes a blue. And that's all you get. Full blue block remaining. 0.2 of 1 on the lower level. All right, we go from Bomber Bones over to Cat. 20 seconds. We got Cat, we got Craven. Timer's up. Nerf timer started. She beat it before the nerf timer kicked in. Gonna move to the tank zone. I don't know about y'all, but do y'all feel like VOX and SLY is becoming a rivalry like Arc and Mirror? This has got a little rivalry feel to it. Just me. Move to the tank zone. Talon Crimson to the temple. Haze and Daze to Craven. Gonna slow him down and haze and daze him. Craven says, wait. E1 Elmo to the watchtower. Tiny's going to Phantom Cape to haze and daze. And the Elmo hits Craven. All right. Elmo will slide up watchtower number 4 again. Remember, you don't get to 25 every time. You only get it at the end of the night. Whatever you have left. Lit. All right, let's go to Craven Light. She's playing Misery, so your pet will be downgraded. 20-second timer. Be downgraded 1 color. Tonight's the last night you'll be able to use Misery, by the way. Timer's up. Nerf timer incoming. Does beat the Nerf timer. Legendary Trio to Crimson. She cannot use Dust Smoke, S8, or Max Spark. That sort of lowers it a little more. Grizz to Trigger. S6 Gavel loaded to the DZ wall. So Crimson, no Dust Smoke, no S8s, no Max Sparks. Ron says, wait. Pet hits and gold blue. All right, so we're going to launch Trigger out of the DZ. Gold blue is going to stop. Craven, I think you're getting the Julia treatment tonight. They're like zeroing in on Craven. Like, no gold bar for you, Craven. All right, gold blue from Cat. And that is going to break Craven's absorption. And the pet does hit, which already launched her. Okay, so we're going to give Tiny a blessing. We're going to get Bones. I'm going to give Tiny a halo, sorry. Get Bones and Crimson. Blessings. Strawman, 5 for SLY, 0 for VOX. All right. Captains, give me your second half subs. DZ that round was 25 for SLY, 0 for VOX. Got DZ, we got the Temple. We got Strawman. Wherever players went, they went. All right, be right back. Teams, give me 60 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, I am right back. Let's get the second half subs in there. Because we are in round 4 to 5, Ron, that battleship will go over to your port. So it won't stay there because the player is going to be relocated at halftime. Normally you would stay there with the stolen vehicle, but it'll go back to your port. All right, lingering smokes. Vines and dusts. Out of play. Minion. Lingering pets. Passive pets. Out of play. Football for Tiny. Animal in the ozone. You do. You did. Die for trigger. Tim in the ozone. Cat back to the rover. Crimson back to the tank. Ron back to the bomber. Turret guns. Vox has theirs unlocked. Animal and SLY, you did not unlock because you did not get a cannonball. All right, we got 3 rounds remaining. The order is going to be as follows. It'll be Dr. Die, Football, Crimson, Dimes, Ron, Bones, Cat, Craven, Sir Tim, and the Animal. Before Dr. Die's turn, we're going to cap Trigger's Dark Boss. 3 flags to 1. Yes. So actually, that works out. So let's go back. Thank you, Dimes. You get it on the second round. That's why we haven't had it before, but that does make sense. I don't have to put it in their port. That's why I never did that. All right, so this would be a similar rule to if somebody capped a chest. So, Ron, you'll start out in their tank zone because it takes 2 rounds to get possession of it, and that's why we did it 1 to 4, so we could do it this way. So this is going to be an exception where you don't reset back to your side of the map. So Ron will stay in the tank zone because he gets possession of the vehicle this round. Make sense? Thank you, Dimes. That made it right for me. That clarified everything. I knew there was a reason why we did 1 to 4. All right. Everybody should be good to go. We're going to start round 5. Round 5. We've already capped Main Street. We got Dr. Die. Dr. Die, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Dr. Die, boss to Main Street. Playing boss in 5, cap in 7. Gold Spark Craven. Mini Crave. Playing a Seal. M7 Trixie. DZ Wall and the Bomber Wall with Mass Destruction. Trixie's going to break the first ice block. %20 of a black block remaining. It's already taken damage. It's good juice on it. Weak grenade. We'll barely give you the rest of it. Black block off the board. All right, boss is good. Max Seal, gold spark to Craven, M7 Trixie. Breaks a nice block and gets rid of the rest of a black block. There's only 20% remaining there. All right, let's go over to the Football Master. Loves dancing to Usher. My eyes, my eyes, my eyes. 20-second timer, football. Beats the timer. Gonna go Ward to Bones. Pet Repel. E7 Glide loaded to the wall with Mass Destruction. Ron Football coming in hot. S7 Goliath. Ron says wait. Dr. Dye with the Evoke. All right, football, they're going to cut it in half. Making you look like a S3.5. Cut the Goliath in half. Navy. Give your Mass Destruction back. 3.5 Carnage. Blue block, 10% of a red block. 90 red remaining. 90 red up top, 0.20 red down at the bottom. Dr. Dye using the Evoke. All right, let's go from Football Master over to Crimson Tide, 20 seconds. You know what? Dang it. Sorry, football. I had Bones as target up there. Let's go back. They're both ninjas. All right, let's go back and rebuild that. Y'all knew it was going to happen at some point. It's a lot of walls up there. All right, let's put that back. And Football Master taken down. So Ron, I have to charge you for the Evoke. Here's why. I'm allowed to make the mistake, but when I call the lineups, and I did say earlier that whichever zone they're in, I'm going to automatically hit that wall. If they're in between, I'm not. You probably did the same thing that I did and did not realize football was in the DZ. But it's kind of your job to do that, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just I can't give you the Evoke back because I did announce that earlier. So you're basically burning an Evoke to get rid of 0.20 of a wall. Once that's posted, we got to roll with it. Football Master is in the DZ. His target is the bottom wall. He does get a gold bar. And we are going to rebuild it. And they do evoke it, which cuts the damage in half. But it is still going to get rid of the last 0.2 from that red block. Football Master with a gold bar. First wall of the night. And again, if you say target a wall and you're in that zone, you are automatically going to target the wall that you can reach unless you tell me movement. So I'm not going to give you a chance to fix it. That's, if it's in the middle, I will ask for clarification. All right, let's go over to Crimson Tide, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Crimson Tide moving to the temple. Going to do the Quake Shake. So locking down this zone. Two rounds. Cannot be occupied. Only where Crimson is. Going to put Ward on Tim. M7 Goliath loaded to the DZ wall. She's in the middle. She called it. Thank you for that. That's exactly the way we do it. All right, move to Temple, Quake, Ward. Max Seal to Tim. Inventory team, that is a Max Seal. M7 Goliath. Craven has us waiting. Somebody's going to do something. Craven, if you know it, you can type it for me. And we'll have them validate it. Animal's going to evoke the grenade. All right, so we're going to cut this in half. .5. Navy grenade, add to mass destruction. 3.5 carnage. Seen this before. Blue block. 25% of a blue block, 75 blue remaining. In the top. All right, so down at the bottom, we got 2 full green, 75 blue. Over on the other side, we got a full wall. And we got a full blue. All right, after Crimson, we're going to cap Dimes as boss. Got a 73-point Colossal Kang coming up. 3 flags to 2. And dimes, you're on the clock, 20 seconds. Dimes, Ron, Bones, Cat, Craven, Tim, and Animal. Timer's up. Going to start a Nerf timer, Dimes. She beat it before the Nerf timer, so she gets credit for her time timer. Going to use Sirs on herself. Going to put Torment on Crimson. Sirs will also give her a Rage. Make sure she's not under the effect of any hinder, any evokes, or any revokes. M7 Goliath loaded to the wall. We've seen it. We know it's going to be cut in half. And Dimes is in the rover zone, so we know which wall she's going to hit. Blue block. And leaving you with 90% of a red block. After the evoke. All right, we're going to go over to Father Ron. 20 seconds, Ron. You are in their tank zone. And it is 2 turns to steal the vehicle. So we skip Ron. Hold on. Hold on. Hang on. Let me clarify this. You guys stole the vehicles last week. You should help me with this. This is all new stuff to me. Yeah, it's 2 rounds for the vehicle steal. So, Ron, it's like a cyborg. When you steal it, you get it. It's a big play, but you lose 2 turns. So you get the vehicle in round 6, and you get to use yourself in round 6. So we do skip Ron. But you get the vehicle, and you can do a lot of things with 2 vehicles. All right, skip Ron, and let's go over to Bones. Bones, 20-second timer. All right, beats the timer. Bones going over to the temple steps. Boss to the side chest. Bones playing boss in 5, cap in 7. Gonna send Torment over to Ron. Ron cannot be targeted. Redirect that Torment somewhere else. S6 Trixie to the wall. Gonna send Torment over to Tim. And you're going to target the top wall or the bottom wall. Top wall and a shatter. So Ron, S8 Trixie to the top wall, and also Trixie going to Tim's ward. Very good game. Good to see you guys doing crazy stuff, though. You know, sometimes you just need some games where you go out and you try it. Prevention on the ward. What is SJ? Okay. Thought it was some secret code. All right. Prevention on ward. Damage that top block. We're going to shatter it. Shatter it down to 65. And after we shatter it, we're going to take it down to 25. All right, top wall, 3 1/4 remaining. To the inventory team, Ron, that means deduct 5 snowstorms and 5 T10s from my inventory. That's our code. Temple steps, boss to side chest. We know when it's going to cap. Torment over to Tim. Trixie and the shatter. All good. All right, let's go from Bones over to Cat. 20 seconds, Cat. I think he used, well, it's a good question because there's 2. Ron, is that you or Crimson? I thought there's only one, and I looked, and there's 2 of them. Timer's up. And Cat's in the game, too. All right, it's coming from Ron. Cat's going to move to the bomber zone. Skull to animal. Torment to football. E3 glitch to the watchtower. Shatter. It can't shatter a different wall. It's got to be the same target. So actually, never mind. Never mind. You can shatter. It's your ability. Scratch what I just said. All right, move to the bomber zone. You can shatter without hitting the wall. Skull to animal hits. Glitch is stopped. And a shatter does go through. So we're going to take that blue down to 50%. Scold. Scold's going to like Watchtower number 5. Scold's going to take Animal down to 90. Glitch Grenade does not light a Watchtower, but the Scold does. All right, let's go from Cat over to Craven Light. Mini Craven Light, 20 seconds. Ron's boss capped as well, y'all. So that flag is open. And it's 4 flags to 2. Timer's up, Craven. Nerf timer incoming. Beat the Nerf timer. Dark King to die. Stiller Kang. Binds to die. S8 Snowstorm loaded to the DZ wall with Ignite. Ron says, wait. All right, team, what are we waiting on? All right. Cat is going to Medic Divines. And Snowstorm's going to be prevented. I'm trying to find a description for you, Craven. It was changed to absorb vines. So it basically is a medic play that gets rid of vines. But Dark King, the ruling on this is that Dark King does not deal damage. If it hits, so it can be prevented by a pet repel. And I'll change the wording on this, but Dark King does not deal damage. So a seal does not break, nor does it stop it. The only thing that stops a Dark King in its current state is a prevention and a pet repel. After today, because this always gets wishy-washy, after today, Dark King will be a damage-dealing pet. It's one of the last ones that is a carryover. It's very bizarre the way it hits, but the only thing that stops it is a prevention or a pet repel. The seal does not break, so it does steal the pet. But we're going to add a damage modifier to it, so seals would go into effect. This has only been played a few times when this was not the impact. All right, so the vines are stopped. She does have the seal. Dark King deals no damage. It is going to steal her Kang, and a snowstorm is going to be prevented, and she does keep her seal. So I want to make sure we get the right ruling on it. All right, so no snowstorm. Let's go from Craven Light over to Sir Tim. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. All right, he's going to get into turret. Turret Tim, I like it. Going to turn into a ninja. Going to seal himself. It's already sealed. But he'll play Seal Smoke. He'll play Boss on their chest. Tim Boss in 5 with Cap in 7. Render Animal to get rid of 2 scoring pets. Goliath. Goliath's going to have an E2 from the turret, a blue spark, and he's playing a seal, which will fizzle out unless something breaks his seal, which it has not done. And then that torment will be off of him. Goliath, 1-2, E3 Goliath with mass destruction. And you set up to a monster. And it is going to the DZ wall. 50% of a blue. Give you the blue block. And give you a red block. 3 red blocks remaining. Not bad for being tormented. All right, and the final move of round 5 is going to be the animal. Joe, 20-second timer. There is no turret. What's up, Deacon? Deacon, there is going to be a recruiting battle going on for you soon. So I'm just going to unleash SLY, Arc, Mirror. I'm just going to tell them all, like, start hitting Eric up. Beats the timer. Animal, Mythic Nolan. Torment, Dr. Die. S8 Goliath loaded to the wall, and he's going to make it Superfly. And it hits. Which wall are we hitting? Top wall or bottom wall? Animal, top or bottom? All right, hitting the top wall with the S8. Quarter of a red left. After mass destruction. Quarter red. Red block. Quarter red. 75 red remaining. Animal doing big things there. 1 3/4 red blocks to the top. And that is the final move of round number 5. We're getting ready to go to round number 6. Crimson Tide with a blessing. Football and Dr. Die grabbing halos. Strawman 5-0. Craven back to normal size. Temple Chamber still closed. All right, round number 6 is the final round of 5 players. Got a close game. Got some things happening different ways. DZ was 25-25. We'll see who can score a little bit better in the last 2 rounds. Dr. Die, 20-second timer going over to you. Beats the timer. Thank you for that. Going to unholy the torment. Nicely done. It is not resolved yet. Mythic Gideon, -28. S8 Goliath loaded to the wall. There is no barrage to my knowledge. Barrage does not exist. All right, so we are going to go evoke to the grenade. It's going to make it an S4 Navy. After mass destruction, we'll reduce that up to a S4 Carnage, and it is the wall right in front of her. And for your trouble and for the evoke, you're getting 1 red block. Animal with a big time evoke there. All right, let's go over to Football Master, 20 seconds football from the DZ. You know what? Back it up. We need to Dragon Storm. And I do need to put that on top of it. Dragon Storm, everybody. Die roll time. It is round 6, and that is where we Dragon Storm it. 4-sided die. We're adding 1 additional rage to it. We're going to take that block from Dr. Die. Down 15% more. Dr. Die, that is 85% red. It was a full red block. All right, let's go over to football. Football Dragon Storm, you get 1 rage even though you are tormented. All right, beats the timer. Football, he knows his former tag team partner. Going to use Cosmic Heart on Ron's Mask of Malice. Going to go Mythic Kang on his boss. Could be worth 63. Seal and Thrill. Loop Spark, Snowstorm loaded to the wall. And that is a, with Rampage and Thrill, it is a 1, 2, 3 after Dragon Storm. S3 Snowstorm, Ron, to the wall right in front of him. It is full. All right, Ron's going to go Mythic and Gold Sonar. %35 nerf. Smart stuff there. Slightly less than a S2. S2 Carnage not getting it done, football. Starting off that wall, 70% black. You got 30 black remaining. All right, let's go from football over to Crimson. Ron's from Canada. He knows a little something about snowstorms. Timer's up. Nerf timer incoming. Beat it. Beat them both. It showed up as I was starting the nerf timer. Crimson going to use Sirs, which means she is no longer revolted or hindered. Going to send Torment over to Dimes. However, see who put the Torment on Crimson. Dimes put the Torment on Crimson, so Crimson cannot enrage. Sirs will get rid of the Revolt. She can play Torment on Dimes, but she is tormented herself. So that is a Goliath to the DZ Wall Craven Light. Does that change anything? All right, Gold Sonar. Crimson, if you can type no F5 for the inventory team. And 15% nerf on that attack. So we're looking at an E1. The nerf will take care of the mass destruction. E1 Red Eye equivalent. $85% red. Taking it down to 30% red. All right, so on the left side, we've got 1 3/4 red. And 30% of a black block. On the right side, Team VOX, we've got 30% red and 2 full green. Just in case you guys are wondering wall health. All right, let's go over to Deadly Dimes. 20 seconds. Dimes, Ron, and Bones. Dimes going to move up to the bomber zone. Jin Shi. Give Ron, Cat, and Sir Tim a -1. Unholy the Torment, which she can do. It was just cast. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Potentially the biggest hit of the night. S13 Monster. After mass destruction, we're going to make it S13 Gavel. Or as Ron would say, or as Kevin Hart would say, that's too much magic. It's too much magic. It's too much. If you haven't seen the DraftKings commercial, you probably don't get it. It's okay. Ron, can you help me out? If it's just a prevention, just type it. Thank you. All right. Sir Tim with the prevention. All right, a lot of stuff, a lot of prevention. Sir Tim had the Cape of Craven. We got it shut down. Let's go from Sir Tim, or I'm sorry, let's go from Dimes over to Father Ron. Ron, you have taken possession of the boat. You are still in their tank zone. That boat is in the tank zone with you. 20-second timer. All right. So that boat cannot be occupied by anybody except a VOX member because it's been stolen. So it will sit there. Ron's going to move to their DZ without the boat. Now, Ron, so I'm going to help you guys out with a couple things because this happened the other night. Ron could have gotten in the boat and gotten a free cannonball and drove over to the DZ. However, if he did that, he would not have been able to drop the fear smoke. So he could have gotten a cannonball, but he would have been underneath football and would not have gotten the fear. So it's a good move by Ron not to do that. But I just want you guys to know, based on that move now that it's officially done. All right, so we'll start out with Legendary. Ron's going to play the Ash of Ire. Dust, Torment, and Vile. So Joe, getting a Dust Smoke, getting a Torment, and getting a Vile. Then he's going to go Red Skull to Joe. So I'm taking Joe down to 80. Red Skull going to take him down to 70. Going to drop Fear on football. S8 Navy to Nolan. And Render Joe. So going to kill Joe's Nolan. And going to ask Joe to sacrifice 2 scoring pets. And I'm not sure which ones he has. But Joe, you may not have all of them. But you need to sacrifice 2 of them. And you guys can, that doesn't matter. He hit it with a grenade, Dimes. You don't, like, what are you doing? A grenade flies too. All right, move to their DZ. Ash of Ire, Red Scold, Silver Spark, Fear Smoke. That's a full round. S8 Navy kills the Nolan. And then a Render to Joe. Let's get those pets sacrificed. All right, let's go over to Bomber Bones. 20-second timer, Temple Steps. All right, going to move to Football Master and drop Unholy Smoke. You do. Mythic Gideon, Blue Spark, M7, Goliath, Ron. Hits. Or wait. Hits. All right. Mythic Gideon is going to be a minus 28. All right, so she's going to drop Unholy, which is going to unholy the fear. It's going to put him back in his zone. M7 Goliath to the DZ wall. 8, 9, 10. Fresh wall. Add your mass destruction in there. Black. Green. 10% of a green. 90 green remaining. You had 30% black, full green, 90% of green left after mass destruction. Let's go from Bones over to Cat. Cat, 20 seconds to you. From the bomber zone. Thanks, Joe. Timer's up. We got Cat, Craven, Sir Tim, and Animal. Nerf timer incoming. It's for a 10% nerf. Attack is nerfed. This is for a 25% nerf. This is for a 50% nerf. Ron, this attack has been nerfed 50%. Can you guys post it? So, again, can you guys do me a favor? If you hear me say 25, 50 nerf and you know it's typed, instead of making me go through like 2 minutes, if you see it, obviously I don't see it. So if half the group sees it and I don't, just have somebody in your faction say it's there so we don't keep going through a timer. Because if I see your chat or somebody else's chat, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to keep going through a timer. All right, somebody in VOX type it. There's something in there that flagged it, obviously. No, half the people can't see it. Community to the ozone. Okay. So, do you guys remember why this does not show up? Do you remember the word that sometimes gets flagged? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Right. If you ever type the word sub or submarine, just always be leery that it might not show up. No, I can see it now. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, I won't beat this to death. We get it. But anytime you type that, just give me a heads up so we get it right. Obviously, she got it in time, but we wasted 5 minutes. Stasis to Craven. So she's going to play Legendary Voyage to steal your sub and splash that straw man. Which is good. Stasis to Craven. We got it. Thrill Smoke. Arc Spark S8 Navy with Rampage, and Animal going to use the Prevention. All right. Again, Legendary to put out a straw man. Stasis is good. Big grenade shot, even though it's a Navy. Prevented. All right, and did make the timer. Let's go over to Craven Light. 20 seconds, Craven. Timer's up. Nerf timer coming. Beat it and got the timer credit. Going to go Dust Tim. S8 Goliath to the wall, Shatter, and Red Gideon. To the top wall. That wall is at 1.75. I'm confused. What are you alluding to, Ron? You want markers on all the dragon stones? Is that what it is? I mean, none of them were sieged. So I mean, I can put smokes there, just so you guys know. But we're already in Dragonstorm, so obviously they're all deactivated. We're like almost all the way through with this round. I don't know what's going on there. All right. Did you think he was shattering a Dragonstone? I think that's what it is. Okay, now I get it. He said shatter. I think he thought it was shattering a Dragonstone. All right, no, he's shattering the wall. Okay, no worries. I just want to make sure I understand. I don't want to miss anything. All right, S8 Goliath up top. Now, the shatter is going to take that. %, and the S8 Goliath is going to get the job done. Craven Light. Let's rebuild it. Craven Light with a gold bar. Second gold bar for Team SLY. They're like, we're just glad we're not playing Arc. All right, let's go from Craven Light over to Sir Tim. Tim in the turret. We got Sir Tim, we got Animal. I want to see Sir Tim and Animal have like a turret contest where they just fire back and forth. Or who would like to see Sir Tim and Animal in the portal? We need to make that happen. Oh, and look. He's going to torment him. He's already tormented, so you got to pick another target. Gold Spark to Bones. She can be gold sparked. E3 Elmo to the watchtower. All right, let's get a. All right, good job. All right, he's going to send it over to Craven. Craven, you are now tormented. So that's what you get for playing the red-blue. Tim saw that red-blue, and he's like, yeah, that's where I'll put that torment. All right, red-blue stops the grenade, breaks his seal. And no watchtower is lit. All right, and last, we got Animal. 20-second timer. You are tormented. And you are dusted. Beats the timer. All right, I'm going to unholy the dust, which you can do. Gold Rage, Blue Spark, Monster, loaded with the 1. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monster. To which wall? Top or bottom, Joe? All right, to the top. Fresh wall, and let's count it down. Black block, green block. All right. Captains, we got 4 more players each. Give me your final 4, everybody. Final 4. We got a great match brewing. Crazy style. Ron wanted double walls. He got double walls. Temple chambers are open. Strawman is 0-0. Football Master with Halo number 3. Dr. Dye, Halo number 2. Sir Tim getting a Bullseye Award. I'm sorry, not a Bullseye. A Ace Award. Sir Tim with an Ace Award. I got you, Ron. You get the stealth. You also get a 50-point mission bonus, Ron. You want that too? Another blessing for Team VOX. You got it. I'll give it to you. You got your 50 points. Can I get through the round? Before you guys start typing, don't forget. I haven't calculated the points for this round yet. I'm not even halfway through the tallies yet. All right, Ron getting a halo. DZ is going to be 25 VOX, 0 SLY. Deadly Dimes with a Occupy. 150 points Dimes. All right, looks like we've captured everything. Let's get the final fours in there. Dr. Dye, Crimson, Ron, and Cat. Sir Tim heading out. Great job, Sir Tim. Tiny Dimes, Bones, and Craven. Great job to the Football Master and to the Animal. Craven is tormented in the final round. Encased in torment. All right, we've got a couple bosses are going to cap, so we're going to start out with that. We'll start out with Dr. Dye. Vox is going to cap flag number 5. All right, Dr. Dye, finish us up. 20-second timer. We got Dr. Dye, Tiny, Crimson, Dimes, Ron, Bones, Cat, and Craven. She beats the timer easily. She's going to scroll on down to the temple. Super Thrill, Blue Spark, H9 Navy to the wall. Which wall, top or bottom? Craven says, wait. Tiny going to prevent it. All right, it is shut down. Let's go over to Tiny. Tiny, you got 20 seconds from the DZ. I'm looking for my icon, Ron. I'll get your plane up there in a second as soon as I find it. All right, Tiny beats the timer. All right, clearly I'm not going to find it by just scrolling, so give me a second. There it is. All right, DZ Portal, Subsplash, Crimson out. Portal, Sub, Wave Award for Tiny. By the way, Kat got a Wave Award as well when she used the Legendary and doused the Straw Man. So make sure you get that as well. Wave Award for Kat for Legendary and also one for Tiny. And Crimson Tide is going to get washed out of the temple. She cannot re-enter the temple or be put into the temple. We'll leave her on this side because you always get the benefit of where you're at. All right, let's go to Crimson Tide, 20-second timer. Game is super close, I think. Honestly, I have no clue. It feels like it's close, but I got no idea. It's so random tonight. All right, beats the timer. The Talon Cat to the tank zone. Gonna go Super Thrill, Blue Spark, H9 Navy. Craven is doing a VOX tonight. He's saving a ton of stuff for the end. All right. Crimson, H9. Crimson, okay, I'm sorry, she wrote it. It's a DZ wall. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 from Crimson. With Mass Destruction. It's an S13 Carnage. Craven going to play Insania. Make it an S10 Carnage, and then he's going to play Mythic Sonar. Nerf it 20 more percent. Makes it an S8 Navy. To the DZ wall. 1 second. Make it S8 Navy after mass destruction. It's going to make it an S8 Carnage, and that's 1.3 red. Crimson Tide is taking down the remainder of the wall, Craven. A little bit of overkill over the 1.3. Gold bar for Crimson Tide. Mass destruction was the difference. Let's rebuild it. All right, go from Crimson Tide over to Deadly Dimes. 20-second timer dimes. Deadly Dimes moving to the temple. Smart play. Super Thrill, Red Fido. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16, 17, 18. S18 Goliath to the top wall, Ron. Dimes, that's just angry. Crimson with the prevention. And then there were 4. All right, Ron, 20 seconds. Ron, Bones, Cat, and Craven. Dimes is a she-devil now. Dimes, you got a new nickname. Gotta love it. I like it. I like it. Talon Crimson to the DZ. She-devil Dimes. Ron gonna get in the jet. E3 St. Elmo. Ron doesn't want to destroy anything with the jet. He just wants to fly the jet. Ron's trying to destroy the whole watchtower. All right, but he does. Get the Top Gun award, Father Ron, 50 points. All right, Gold Blue stops him. Going to break his absorption. And Bones, he put Revolt on you, which means you can't use a T10. And to start of Bones' turn, we are going to cap her boss. And we got a 63-point Kang. Flags are now 5-3. And Bones, you got 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Arc Spark, Dark Misha, Super Thrill. Percy, she's like, yeah, I don't need the 10. I'll play an H9. Woo! Oh, yeah. Dark Misha, half of Ron's rage. Ron used the E3. The Jet doubled his rage, made it a S6. So Bones is getting half of that, which is 3. Super Thrill is 3, gives her a 6. 7 from the Pershing. S16, Goliath to the top wall. With Mass Destruction, making it S16 Monster. Things just got muy interesante. Green, blue, blue. 60% of a blue, 40 blue remaining in that top wall. Nice shot, Bones. We have 2 players remaining. Cat, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Battleship. Go to the bomber zone. She is in the tank zone. And it's her tank. So she is occupying the tank zone. She can get in the battleship. So she does get the cannonball. 25-point cannonball. Gold Faust to Ron. 30% to Ron's PCP bonus. Bone's going to stop the grenade shot. All right. And the final move of the night goes to we'll cap Tim's boss. Flag number 6. Craven Light, bring us home. Sender for points, dropping Unholy Smoke. H9 Gavel with Ignite to the bottom wall. Ron, does it hit? Oh, boy. Craven, what did you do wrong there? I don't think we've seen this since Samurai. What do you have to do to torment in the final round? Yep, you got to peel it. Can't unholy it, so he cannot. You can't enrage. So there is no H9 with the gavel. All right. Sender for points is good. All right. Let me get this damage. All right, so we've got gavel with ignite. $90 green. Green block. 60% of a blue block. 40 blue remaining. Not enough to get the shot down. Would have been a bigger shot. All right, so here's the way blessings work. Blessings will work on the wall that is most beneficial to you. So we got dimes and Dr. Die. So we got 5 and we got 5. All right, so we got cat with occupy. Nobody getting an orb. We'll count down. And SLY will get all 5 of that wall up top. Blue, red, 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 and red. I'm going to give SLY 3 full blocks up top. What do you have her not having, Tammy? Which zone do you have her not having? DZ, Rover, Temple, Tank, Bomber, Ozone. No, it doesn't mean she can't. What does going into Temple in round 3 have to do with when she gets occupy? Has nothing to do with it. She could go into Temple at the end if she wants. The Temple doesn't trigger the occupy. The Rover triggers the occupy. 6. She went to the DZ and the Rover before she went to the Temple. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you go to the Temple. It matters whether or not you get the Rover. Yeah, no worries. I Hey, mistakes are made. It's no big deal. That's the way it goes. That's why we play. Oh, I'm glad you guys catch it. That's what it's all about. All right, so let me make sure we got the other things down. Good game. Good game. All right, so I got to get the blessings down for Team VOX. And with them, it's not going to matter because I can either count down from the top or I get to this one and I'm going to run into it. But we'll we'll do the bottom one because they got 5 blessings as well. But they'll stop with this ice block, so you'll see how it works. And again, I have no idea who won this game. It was a good learning experience. We'll find out soon. All right, so we go green, green. The third one gets rid of this ice block. And then we go blue and blue. All right, so overall wall points going to work like this. SLY had 3 full walls, that's 900, and 1 blue is 925. Go to the other side, you've got 300 and 75. That's a big difference in walls. Kind of sneaky, sneaks up on you. So that's a lot of points to make up for VOX, but we'll see if they did. They did have some cannonballs and some other stuff that went down tonight. All right, you guys, hey, last couple rounds took a little longer. That's fine. Relax for a couple more minutes. Tell each other how great of a job they did. I think you guys played a hell of a game. And we'll find out who won. Game's over now. The score is what the score is. So we'll be right back. All right, getting close, everybody. Give me a couple more minutes. It's very close. Again. All right, everybody, we are back, and we've checked and triple checked, and we do have a winner. Suspense is real. It was a close game, and it went down to a couple key categories. So I'm going to give you the line-by-line breakdown, make sure we captured your moves. All right, so start out with flags. Flags, VOX had a strong flag game tonight. They capped 6 of them. 6 of them is 1,050. On the other side, SLY had 3 of them. That's 600. That's a 450-point advantage for VOX right out of the gates. But let's go over to the walls. Walls flipped the game big time. 925 to 375. So you take that 450-point advantage. And now you flip it the other way. And now you got Team SLY with a 100-point advantage. Just like that with the walls. Strawman, 25 to 0. Strawman was kind of a non-factor. But now you got SLY feeling pretty good, up 125, right? Go over to the mind, body, and soul, though. Ron got the mind, body, and soul. Now you flip it back to VOX. VOX has got that 75-point lead. Now VOX is feeling pretty good. But then you get to Kangs, and you're thinking, like, how can VOX cap so many bosses, but SLY wins the Kang game 304 to 126? There's a 180-point swing, so now the advantage goes back to Team SLY. Siege and Occupy, even money, 150 to 150. SLY still holding on a slight lead, but VOX got the watchtowers. So now VOX gets control again by the slightest of margins. And then you get the DZ, which is 125 to 100, and the timers were even. At this point, we had VOX with a slight lead, about 60 points, after all the core categories were calculated. But we got to get to PCP. PCP, SLY, 2 gold bars. That's 100 points. A tire, a wave. That's 150. And then they did the whole okie doke thing with the PCP DZ, where they got 3 and then they tied for second place, 125 to 25. So that's a total of 275 PCP points they got. But let's go over to VOX and see where VOX got theirs. They got a spyglass, a white flag, a gold bar, a feather, 2 cannonballs, a tire, a wave, an ace award, a Top Gun, and 25. For 325 PCP points. We get to the extras. That is going to be your Mythic Kangs, your Red Kangs, your Dark Bosses. After we add the Dark Boss Ascender and deduct the Mythic Gideons, sorry, I said Mythic Kang, I meant Mythic Gideons, we get a net minus 11 for Team SLY. With VOX, we had a couple of Dark Bosses, some Elmos on the Watchtower, but we had to deduct 2 Mythic Gideons and a Red Gideon. Instead of a minus 11, they didn't do much better, but they did have a positive 12. Final score, you guys are going to think of 1 or 2 moves all night long. VOX 27-33, SLY 26-88. Less than a red block. Less than a red block. So every move matters, everybody. It comes down to the wire. Super, super close. The Faust gave you a bonus that was added in of 23 points, Ron. That was factored into your total. So you would have been 27-10, the Faust. 27-33, 26-88. VOX. Tough one when it gets down to the last couple of moves, but super, super competitive. Weird game to be that close. It was all over the place. But the way you guys play each other, a lot of them really do come down to the wire. So, you guys, awesome job, awesome gameplay. Another one. And have a great night. Get some rest. And tomorrow night, be ready to rock and roll with the final test before we get into the circuit of 999 Gaming. You guys have a great night. We'll see you all soon. Peace.